shield. Amen. Yahweh is your shield. He is your defense. We have nothing to be afraid of. For he is the one who watches over us. The one who reigns in victory. If you remember the life of Eob, his name was never Job, Eob, the adversary had to have permission to do anything to Yahweh's servant Eob. And I'm grateful for Yahweh's grace and his protection over his people. I'm thankful that those who know the truth have confidence in the truth. That we shall not be afraid. For Yahweh is a shield. Thank you so much. He's a shield for us. He's our glory. And the lifter of our heads. Hallelujah. Glory to his holy name. What is there for you to be afraid of?
Nothing.
Whom shall I fear? Some of you say, no, you're scared of the president, you're scared of the police, you're scared of everybody. Scared of the thief, you're scared of roach, you're scared of rat. Yahweh is a shield. Amen. He is our glory and the lift of our heads. I don't fear people. There's nothing about a person I should be afraid of. I have respect for those in authority, but I don't fear them.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. And the longer I live in this country, the more I realize why I should not fear people. This is a season for chickens. I'm going to do a special broadcast before election day for you to, as the saints to know, as Brother Terrence said, what are you voting for? I find it difficult to comprehend that those who love whichever God they talk about that is so righteous and holy and everything else, they elect a party that's against their God's principles. So it's difficult for me to comprehend. You cannot love a God that much and choose someone to lead you who violates his principles. We have got a nation of people. I posted the other day that I have lived to see the age in which sodomites have more courage than Jesus' preachers.
Yes.
And in this election campaign, I saw a new United Guyana post 10, I think, of his items from the Sodomites Manifesto. If that doesn't bother you, church people, I don't know what will. The most telling, which I will have to do a broadcast about, is one in which this party claims if they are elected to govern Guyana, they shall ensure that educators, which includes Noella, and anyone else who teaches in this room, you'll be mandated to teach and be trained to teach students of that nature. All because somebody wants power. They're prepared to do whatever it takes to your children to get it.
Yep.
If that party is elected, it would mark the day when I would certainly make reservations at Lusignan, Camp Street, or Mazaroon. Because you're teaching my son. Thank you, Brother Elton. You're a fearless father. I maintain that on my heart. I will never live to see a day when I accept a sodomite looking at marvelous and tell him, you could be a girl. And I call that education.
Never. Never.
Thank you, girl. I have one who joined the board. This is the age of testing for Guyanese people. I'm sorely concerned about people who say they're Christian. And as Brother Terrence said, they're quiet at this time of year. They're busy praying for everybody that they want to win to get into power. They're not noticing the signs before their eyes. But we shall not sleep.
No.
We shall remain vigilant.
Yes.
I don't know if Virginia, because she only follows us these things, but I don't know if you noticed the issue with Dwayne Wade. What the fuck the rapper name? Danny Boozy. No, not T.I. Who? Little Boozy. Little Boozy begging Dwayne Wade, Uncle Archie, please don't cut off the bike people, man. Please, out. You don't know you want it, don't cut it off. Try to hear all the man begging a father, don't cut it off. Because Dwayne is ready for his son to be a girl, of course. In his mind. And the rapper saying, don't cut it off. Give him, maybe when he gets to 18, he'll see a girl that he wants to be with. Don't cut it off. He was saying this in Planet Fitness Gym. You remember I used to Planet Fitness in the US. Guess what? They banned the rapper from going to the gym.
Oh my wicked.
Because the manager of the gym is a hen.
Shame on you, Planet Fitness.
Thank you. Imagine. So the speech was hateful. For a man telling a father, wait, don't cut off his son's penis, he's only 12. What if he decides at 21 he wants a woman? They banned the rapper from the gym, so you're not coming back here. That's not far from Diana. Brother T laughing. Greenwood is the mother of the century. Am I lying? No. You. He's the mother. By the way, his mother is a Jesus preacher. You don't know. He's a pastor of a church.
Yes,
He bought a church for his mama, and she never once said this. Her son, my grandchild is a boy. You can't do this thing.
she can't say that. She come out. She got it all. The signs all
That is not what this course is all about. I'm grateful for all of you saints who are in the room. I'm thankful for those daughters of mine who came all the way from London to hang out. You're not strangers in the room today. Good to see all of you. I'm thankful for girlfriend as well as for everyone. Do you hear me? Hear me in the back? If you don't hear me loud and clearly, you got to hear me clearly today. Alright, we are in the book of Revelation. But before that, let's go to the Gospel according to Luke. Lucas is his name. Chapter 4. Verse 34. 21. This is another account of Yeshua telling them about the end. Okay?
Amen.
Verse number 6 or 5. As some people were remarking about Luke chapter 21, verse 5. As some people were remarking about the temple. Let's go New Jersey Life as well. You having trouble with the internet now? You good? As some people were remarking about the temple, how beautiful its stonework and memorial decorations were, he, Yeshua, said, the time is coming when what you see here will be totally destroyed. Today we may touch on the mark of the beast. I see Mel, so Mel is this one. And that's the way she talk. The time is coming when you will see here, or when what you see here will be totally destroyed. Not a single stone will be left standing. They asked him, Rabbi, if it is so, when will these events take place? And what sign will show that they are about to happen? He answered, watch out. Remember we said, look at the warning he gave them before he told them any sign. Don't be fooled. For many will come in my name saying, I am he. And the time has come. Meaning they're already there. So 2,000 plus years ago, they were already false messiahs in the earth.
Yes.
Don't go after them. And when you hear of wars and revolutions, don't panic. For these things must happen first, before the temple is crushed. But the end will not follow immediately. There will be great earthquakes. Is that what it said? There will be epidemics way back then. And famines in various places. And there will be fearful sights and great signs from heaven. But before all this, they will arrest you and persecute you, handing you over to synagogues and prisons. And you will be brought before kings and governors or magistrates. This will be on account of me. Verse 13. But it will prove an opportunity for you to bear witness. Not for you to defend yourself. But you have to bear witness. I'm reading this because, as usual, Uncle Chucky is in the spirit. And he touched on what a daughter of mine, Susan, who's behind the camera, hiding somewhere. what she's begun to do is very, very unusual for somebody her age. The church is raising, the church of Jesus, I should say, not Yeshua the Messiah. They're raising a fearful generation. A generation that gets along with the world, and that makes them anointed. The more you can fit into the worldly system in terms of entertainment and anything else, you call anointed. But the men who speak against the world system, you call one who speaks hate. You call crazy. You're said to be one who doesn't understand the times. You don't have love. You are divisive. You are evil. You are insane to be following some crazy person because you don't mirror the image of this age. I am grateful for someone who has the courage to say that Jesus is an absolute fraud.
Amen. Amen.
And I hear an earthquake on Facebook somewhere. Somebody just fell off the couch in the house. I spent days in this week, and it's unusual for me to do so because I know the truth by the way. But I was thinking deeply, Brother Elton, as to why is it so difficult for persons to understand that something so basic, like a name. I had a moment in the week or two, and I said, what can make this honestly so difficult for somebody to comprehend? This is too simple. Because if I look at my name or they look at their name, it is not difficult to understand that your name just doesn't change in a whim like that. More than that, you can't change your name without lawful permission from somebody who's in authority over you. What the Yahweh took me with this? He said, this that you're thinking about points to something very critical. It proves that the Jesus church had authority over their Jesus.
Yes. Right. Yes.
Because they could adjust the name to suit what they want.
Yes.
Wow.
Watch this. They even have more authority over that fake name than they do over themselves. Because they can't change their own name. But they could say, call it what you want. You ready for the next one? The only thing that you can call what you want, if you're marvelous age, is things you make up. It's called make-believe. There's an age in a child's life, like little Zechariah at the back. He begins to create images in his mind, stories that don't exist. And he calls them whatever he wants to call it.
Yes. Right.
So they could have created anything and call it what they want to call it, because it is non-existent.
Wow.
If you could say that this God you serve could be called whatever you want to call him, who is serving whom?
Great question.
Additionally, Yahweh ensured that he attached power to a fake image to deceive the world through the adversary. Watch this. He also attached power to that fake name so that those who believe in it can persecute you.
Wow.
That's right. That's right.
Some of you in this room have already begun to face it. We get to that point in a minute. And you're facing it because persons are convinced that this name functions on their behalf. And they are so endeared to the name that's false that they will stop talking to you because you speak against it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they are so endeared, they love the name that falls so much they'll stop talking to you because you talk against it. Can you imagine somebody cutting you off for speaking what they agree with?
Yes.
If they admit that the name could never be Jesus, how could they cut you off for saying it was never Jesus? Thank you. The next thing he revealed to me this morning, or reminded me of, is this. Persons so deeply believe the lie about Jesus that they try to make Jesus the original name.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You get that?
Oh, yeah.
So they tell you then, in English it's Jesus. And from that, they try to make other names or variants to Jesus. What they did? They even added Yeshua to it. to say that Jesus is English, and if you translate, which you can do, or you transfer it to Hebrew, it becomes Yeshua, which is impossible, impossible, impossible by linguistics and according to alphabetical rules. Yes, Sister Shaw.
First of all, I was thinking about the same thing issue during this week as well. And I was saying to my husband, I said, how only, because well, I didn't know that they're translating from English now to Hebrew.
They can do that, right.
Yeah. But
I was asking the question, if Jesus is English for Yeshua, how everywhere else, Nigeria, London, China, India, everywhere else, it is Jesus. Why is it not translated again to suit those who speak Hindi and other languages? Why Jesus remains for those other languages, but it can change from Hebrew to English?
Right. Well, they actually change it. They actually use Jesus and try to change every other name according to that one. So they say Chinese is this, in Hindi is that, in Hebrew is this, in Mandarin is that, in Sudanese is this, and they give you all these different attachments to this central name. So that when they have a translator speaking, and the person says Yeshu, they say Jesus. Because they've made what is fake central to their belief system. Watch this. So he said, when you are arrested and brought before synagogues and prisons, or they turn you over to synagogues and to prisons, it will happen on account of him, the truth. Verse 13. But it will prove an opportunity for you to bear witness. So verse 14, make up your minds not to worry, rehearsing your defense beforehand. In other words, don't think about what you have to say when they arrest you. Be calm. He saw what his disciples did. For I myself will give you an eloquence and wisdom that no adversary will be able to resist or refute. Some of you in this room, and I am a living witness for you, there has never been a preacher, great or small, that could ever silence me regarding the name. They rather not talk.
That's right.
And I ask again, if I'm so wrong, why you can't step forward and make me wrong then? One tried it in this room, what happened to him?
Of course, that is so true. Recently, I was at an internet cafe, and when I passed a young man and a young lady sitting on a bench, and I was typing out 2 letters, and I heard the guy, he was saying to her, "Oh, come here, let's my Savior Jesus." He said, "You check the alphabet. When he born, they got no J in Hebrew."
Right.
He said, "We are getting this thing from."
Wow.
So there are Christians, people who go on the internet. They're Christians. So the lady, she's inside. Because I'm looking at her to see her reaction. Her husband is the barber in front.
She's mad.
And she's they always. It was really ranty. So the girl got her from outside and he followed her inside.
Right.
He said, "Yeah, no, always with your nonsense." He said, "It's going to stick me up with your can't even defend your Jesus."
There you go.
I am typing or saying, "Yes, young man. I don't know where he came from. I've never seen him before." I said, "You can't shit." He said, "Well, defend your Jesus. No, Yahweh is Jesus. The man in Jesus is Yahweh and the son is Yeshua. Defend your Jesus now."
Wow.
I went home and I told my son, that's the one that says he's a Muslim. He said, "CG, that I was talking about is Jesus." And I tell you, Jesus is a false name. There's a wrong name, and none of them can defend Jesus. And he said he's a Muslim. He said he's a Muslim.
They cannot defend it. They get it from bad to worse.
Yes.
Cannot defend it. This don't make sense. And watch this. Anything that's born out of wisdom, that's what happened to me. That's what it ended for me in terms of the thoughts that I have to leave. Anything that's born out of wisdom can never lose to what is foolish.
That's right.
Never.
Never.
So you can't be scared to know Jesus speak because it was born out of foolishness. or the garbage, or the man-made ideologies. Anything born out of wisdom can never lose to what is foolish.
That's right.
So don't be afraid of anybody who wants to challenge your faith. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. So he said, I will give you wisdom. Eloquence, meaning how to talk. You suddenly become somebody who can speak so well. Because you gave him the wisdom from Yeshua HaMashiach to stand before any adversary, including a governor, a president, a ruler. I sat beside the former Prime Minister of Guyana and told him the Messiah's name is not Jesus. You saw it in the church now.
Oh, yeah.
And when he said, right, because he can't tell him wrong. It cannot be. Let's go deeper now. Verse 16. Is a nice part. You will be betrayed.
Yeah.
Got that?
Yes.
Even by, meaning to the extent how far it's going. By who?
Parents.
You want to talk secret?
Parents. Parents. You want Papa.
Those who born you. Parents, including mother.
Yes.
Yes, Apostle, recently experienced.
All right then. Including your mom.
Yes.
Who suckled you on her breast.
Yes.
For the name of the Messiah, you shall be betrayed by your own parents.
Yes. Yes.
Stop crying over it. Stop trying to make peace with it.
No way, Apostle.
It's a fact. It shall happen. They shall sell you out. Isn't that what he said?
Yes.
Your own parents will do it to you.
Yes.
He's talking about the end here now for them. Much less for you. He said before this temple is destroyed, your own parents will sell you up. And the temple has already been destroyed.
Yes.
So the age must become even more evil. I know some of y'all say to you sometimes wondering in your sorrow, I cannot believe my own mother would do this to me. You better believe it.
Yes.
You had better believe she will do it.
Yes.
You better believe your father will do it.
Yes.
That's right.
Apostle, I recently experienced it with my own
Bless you,
mom.
sis.
That used to
I'm not talking to the right person.
My own mom. But
Thank you.
I didn't leave it. I gave her. Apostle, I was in her home. And when I finished, I got up and I told my daughter was there. I said, I can't say anymore. I said, because Auntie Man is really. Because I got a small sister, I got a friend's Auntie Man.
Thank you.
Sit at the table. And my small sister, she got a daughter who was a nurse. Got a friend as an Auntie Man, to sit at the table and too. So I told my dad, I can't come back here. And I stood up and I messaged my sister from outside her room, Sister Gaia, and I told her, I said, I'm never going to come back at my own mother's house again. I said, for no, she's not my mother. She's not anything to me.
Wow.
She isn't anything to me.
Somebody think you can handle that.
She said, she was recently telling my son, I want my year home, but I know Jolani didn't come. I said, no, Jolani didn't come. She ice back.
She knows.
She knows it very well. And I told my sister this evening, if she dies tomorrow, I'm not going to go out her funeral.
Wow.
And if my sister only called me to tell me that she is dead, I told her and I said, tell her, I am not Jerick, so don't fetch me.
Wow, we. Susanna Company.
My mother, she crossed
Listen
the
to me
line.
say.
I am done.
Let me help you out with this afternoon. And now I see why Yahweh took me various The aggression of this age is so serious that if ever you begin to process by relationship, you deceive already.
That's right. That's right.
Come some of y'all down in the school this afternoon. I said the aggression of the age. It's written in the book. Even your parents shall betray you. It is not mandatory. It will happen to some of the saints. And if you're not, why would they betray you? Because they'll be assessing your position in the kingdom. And say you're too serious.
Yep.
After all, what's the big deal?
So true. So true.
What's the next one here? I am your mother. Not to stand for the truth. I hope at least one of you hear this. The argument becomes, I am your mother, parental, not truth. Not he's the Messiah. So forget the Messiah and come down to relationship between me and you.
And the scripture says, honor me.
Let me go there for y'all now. And if the church will tell you, the Bible says, honor your mother and your father, that the days will be long. And you say, well, the Bible says, Messiah can't have you. Let me give you it proper.
Not your boy.
Shaul looked before, let me talk Messiah first. When Messiah was teaching the congregation, the people, his mother came at the door. I said, "We want to see Yeshua with his brothers." Why he said? We asked for the guy who was coming. Why he said?
Who is my mother?
Americans and British, y'all get it straight up. Translate, go to Google, guy in Creolese, and get what I say. Why he said?
Who is my mother?
Who is my mother? Who is my brother? Why he asked the question? He doesn't know Maria.
That's right.
And he answered it while he asked it. Those who do the will of my Father. Now let me settle some of you are spreading this room right now. Don't answer because some of you are too scared out. Let's answer your mind. Does your mother do the will of the Father?
No.
You have an ancestral answer, but if she does not do the will of the Father, she is not your mother. Anybody who opposes the will of your Father can be a parent. So what did Shaul tell the church at Colossae? Now we told the church at Colossae, he said, "Hey, honor your mother and your father in the Lord."
In.
Yes, brother.
I tell one of my apostle brother, he's not my brother.
Thank you.
Guy who's your brother. I said, the one that do the will of my father. I said, you're my mother's child.
Hey, I love y'all in the church bad one. Straight up, you're my mother's child. Period. That's the only relationship we have. You are the son of my mother. Did I not tell you people in here before? You saw my father last week. He gone last night. I missed him already. I missed mommy already. But I promise you, as Yahweh lives, Noella, Redford, Sonetta, Regina, Melanie, Eric. If you see that, you only tell me one day, son, I was reprogrammed. I missed it all these years. Jesus is the truth. When he dies, y'all don't come tell me about preaching or funeral, don't tell me to go anywhere. I am telling you as straight as it is, I will never go to my father's funeral if he turns the error. I don't grieve for wicked people.
Amen. Amen.
And you all know how close I'm to him. But once he crosses the line, it's a red line with meaning. I am not going. Because the spirit that led him to say that is not in me.
That's right. All right.
Hallelujah. Apostle, you cold? Come feel me. Feel like cold, I are. My mother, same thing. And I'll tell them, you used to be my mother. All that's attached to me and you is DNA. Nothing else. That is not dishonor. That's truth.
Gotta come to that place, Apostle.
But you are in this room on Facebook and everything else, and some of you are going back and forth. I see it plainly. You're ebbing and flowing like the river and the tide. Because you can't bear the thought of leaving somebody you were once close to. That is not what the kingdom is about.
That's right.
Walk on by.
Can't happen. And look at your devilish brothers and sisters. I don't mind the spirit this afternoon, but Lord, it must be matrimony. It all over. Your devilish brothers and sisters telling you in the background, why you got to be like that? After all the come, mommy's struggle with us, I don't care how she struggle. I don't care how she struggle. I tell Mom, I know you struggle with me.
But that was part of
I am so grateful for all the rice you give me. But this one here, greater than rice and chicken.
That's
right.
You cannot be an adversary of the truth and one minute side with you as a mother. It's not happening. You want to see me turn pink or orange? Let my mother tell my children, don't worry. I tell you all that thing. And mommy knows this, I could say. The day you see my mother tell any one of my children, don't worry about your father. Don't listen to the man, I am done with her. I am finished because my mother must not encourage my children to go against what I say.
That's right.
Are you all in the room this afternoon?
Yes.
Yes,
Just check it.
With you.
Your friend's mommy wouldn't do it either. You're not going to be in my house and tell my offspring, don't listen to your father. So who am I? Some of y'all ain't ready for this. Go for Sydney Road and buy a rubber box. Like the mind somewhere else. You'll be betrayed even by your parents. What's the next one? Your brothers will be betrayed.
Yes.
Ah!
Yes.
Relatives.
Yes.
Your cousins. You ever forgot that?
Yes.
Oh, your own cousins will turn against you. Your uncle, your aunt. Because some of them are parents alone. Your family members, they call relatives. You see what the Bible call them?
Relatives.
They shall betray you. They're talking in.
Yes.
Some of y'all need some big red pills because you're in the trade. You know they're talking about you still going to the house, so what? And he left the best one for last. Give me the last one.
Friend.
I'm amazed at some church folk that have all the above. Parents, brothers, relatives, but they can't lose friends. Because your friendships have grown over the years. So strongly that you can't let go of the bond. And what do you have to remember? The liquor you drink and all the drain you fall in. Let me free one of y'all this afternoon. Even if your friend has your secret and they're wicked, leave.
That's right.
Because Messiah Yeshua and Yahweh the Father could never destroy your reputation in this earth if you're his child. Did I help you this afternoon?
Yes.
There's no secret they got for you that you bound or bound and tired. I tell them talk. Talk what you want. Come in and talk and still this.
Amen.
Can't change.
Thank you so much. I remember when you had the girl. All right, remember that. Because I remember too. All of us got flashback. But I'm not sure who I am. Sorry, girlfriend. Just tell the truth. You don't flash past my face and oh, we are right.
That is how I was.
Oh. You could tell me that because you know what I did then, I suddenly bound to you for the rest of my life? Never. Can I talk to y'all in the room, man? Yes. Relax yourself. Calm down.
Chill.
Even if you have the man, you had him. Ha! Ha! You don't threaten nobody. You had him. And if you want to wear the skin because you're frightened bad, give them the scripture. If any man be Christ, give them the scripture. So I don't associate with that.
That's right.
And then if you really want to escape, just forgetting those things which are behind me. Don't anybody tie up to stupidness, man.
I put the confunction nonsense.
Thank you, sir. If you feel if any woman from my past text my phone and tell me you better stop preaching, or I will tell people, me, you, they're dead. Sorry, American. They dead means you were together. Tell people you, they're dead. Why you tell her? I ain't preach anymore.
Keep.
I say go live and say it. You go live and tell him that Nigeria was your man. See which one of us will be more ashamed. But I will tell him that I was a man when you had a man. So let's see which one of us got greater burden to carry.
Freedom.
But run your rubber head boy like, no, I'm not touching her. You cannot be afraid of that because friends will betray you. That's what it says.
Yes.
That's right. They don't read them scripture.
No. Let me get the last one. Some of you, they will have to put to death. And everyone, this is all inclusive now, will hate you because of me. That's in the book. Oh, we have so many preachers who love. When he said everybody will hate you, he's talking about the world around you.
Yes.
They will despise you because of the truth.
Oh, yes.
But nowadays, some people, maybe some of you in the room, it looks unusual. Why does everybody hate Apostle? And you begin to wonder, maybe they have a point. No, maybe you're missing the point. Because I am supposed to be hated as you.
That's right.
They hate Susie. You don't think I know how much I hate this girl? But that's what she's assigned to. I told her, come home. And now she's seeing what the assignment is. Come home and do it.
That's right.
I praise her for daughters like that. She's scared. Because if they tread wrong, daddy right there. Come home. You say what you have to say. Virginia, sing what you have to say. Write songs of your own.
Amen.
And challenge their error.
That's right. Yes.
Thief in tight tribute. Thief marble providence. Sounds of a song. What's the thief? He stole song. It is raining. And says his new release. These people make it bad. They don't have wicked. TVS in tight tribute release a new song. All the other song was been singing for years. And the other lady released a new song. Met. So. Them bands are not sorry. I feel the talk guy. These people are not ordinary people. And when the lady said, the song sounds familiar, it sounds like my song, he said, I don't know your song.
Liar,
Liar, pants and fire. Liar, pants and some of you will have to be put to death. Why will they put you to death? Because you will not renounce or give up what you believe. If you are today afraid to lose your job for your faith in the wrong kingdom, because you're ready to die yet. And everyone will hate you because of me. But not a hair of your head will be lost.
Reservation for the righteous.
Thank you so much. So we talked about the fact that in Matthew 24 now, Yeshua's went on even here. He said, however, when you see, verse 20, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, when who sees it? Those he talked about. So you have to see it.
Right.
Then you are to understand that she is about to be destroyed. Those in Yehuda must escape to the hills. Those inside the city must get out. And those in the country must not enter it. For these are the days of vengeance, when everything that has been written in the Tanakh, which is the prophets and the law, will come true. What a terrible time it will be for pregnant women and nursing mothers. For there will be great distress in the land and judgment on the people. Some will fall by the edge of the sword. Oh, this one is good right here. You all ready for this one right here?
Yes.
All right. Others will be carried into all countries of the Gentiles, where Goyim is. Others will be carried to all countries. This is not racism, this is truth. Who was taken to different nations in the world to be slaves?
Oh, my. Now you want to make a Roman touch.
So when the Messiah should become a Hebrew, a white person.
All right.
When were white people ever taken around the world as slaves? This is truth. If you can't handle Messiah not being white, you're racist. Period. It is white supremacy. And that's why Jesus is a white person.
Exactly.
And silence. Can't bear the thought that their Messiah was not a European. It said you'll be carried into all countries. Did I say? Is that what it said?
Yes.
Into all countries of the Gentiles and be taken away from Jerusalem. And Jerusalem will be trampled down by the Gentiles until the age of the Goyim, which are Gentiles, has run its course. There will appear signs in the sun, moon, and stars on earth. Nations will be in anxiety and bewilderment, and at the sound of the surge of the sea, it's called what? Hurricane. Tsunami.
Tsunami.
As people faint with fear at the prospect of what is overtaking the world. For the powers in the heavens will be shaken, and then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with tremendous glory and power and glory. When these things begin to happen, stand up and hold your heads high. Oh, glory. Because you are about to be liberated.
Hallelujah.
6. When you are persecuted, it's a sign that you're about to be free. Who am I talking to in the room? So you wonder why you went through what you went through with your family? Because it's a sign that you're going to be free of them.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
You are about to be delivered.
Yes.
Now let's go to Revelation. Because think you will be great to handle this part when you're supposed to go home. You ready? Chapter 7. Because you saw this, that's where the seals were open.
Yep.
Good? Chapter 6, the Lamb broke the seals. Remember that last one?
Yeah.
So now, you're going to see it. He said, after this I saw, from verse 1, Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. After this I saw 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth. Today we're talking about 144,000. Let me get a clear so you understand. I'll talk to the witness people from now. Holding back the 4 winds of the earth, so that no wind would blow on the land, on the sea, or on any tree. I saw another angel coming up from the east, with a seal from the living God. And he shouted to the 4 angels who had been given power to harm the land and the sea. Do not harm the land or the sea or the trees until we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads. I heard how many were sealed. How many?
144,000.
Have you ever met a Jehovah's Witness who tell you about this right here?
Yes.
Okay. 144,000 from every tribe of the people of Israel. So 12,000 from every tribe.
Yes.
Are you present?
Yes.
This is the 6th seal. Look at this. After this I looked, and there before me was a huge crowd, too large for anyone to count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language. They were standing in front of the throne of the Lamb, dressed in white robes and holding palm branches in their hands. And they shouted, "Victory to our God, who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb." How are they one person? Somebody needs to tell me.
Oh man, the English.
English has failed many Christians, not saints. Verse 11, all the angels stood around the throne, the elders and the 4 living beings. They fell face down before the throne and worshipped Yahweh, saying, Amen. Praise and glory, wisdom and thanks, honor and power and strength belong to our God forever and ever. Amen. Verse 13, one of the elders asked me, these people dressed in white robes, who are they? And where are they from? Look at this. Sir, I answered, you know. So let's see what he said. Are you all there?
Yes.
Then he told me, these are the people who have come out of where?
Of the great persecution.
So how you get a rapture before it starts? The large number of people are Gentiles that he saw, from different nations. Got that?
Yes.
And when he saw them, he was asked, who are these people? He didn't know who they were. And the answer was given, these are the people who have come out of the great persecution or the great tribulation. They didn't escape it. They came through it.
Oh, glory.
How are you getting raptured before it starts? Are we in church?
Yes.
Are we the church?
Yes.
They have washed their robes and made them white with the blood of the Lamb. That is why they are before Yahweh's throne. Look at this carefully. Day and night they serve in his temple. And the one who sits on the throne will put his Shekinah, his glory, upon them. Look at verse 16, important verse. They will never again be hungry. They never again be
Hungry.
The sun will not beat down on them, nor will any burning heat. Listen to me. Can I move somewhere? All right. Listen, church. Because our spirit are being very brilliant people. Why would the scripture say, the elder tell them, they'll never again be hungry?
God, there would be a time when they'd be hungry.
They would have been hungry on the earth.
Yes.
Because remember, in the trials, they wouldn't get food and all the rest of it.
Correct.
They never be thirsty because they didn't get anything to drink. They were suffering. The sun will not beat down on them because they had nowhere to live. Do you recognize the trauma they were going through here?
Yes.
Therefore, he said they came out of that. There will be no more burning heat on their bodies. For the Lamb at the center of the throne will shepherd them, will lead them to springs of living water. And Yahweh, look at this, will wipe every tear from their eyes. Why did they cry if they escaped tribulation?
Oh, man.
He saw what they went through. And now he's saying, you're not going to cry anymore. Then Yeshua said, those of you who cry now will rejoice later. So when you see a saint is burdened and broken and beaten, now, don't force them to laugh. Because it's not their time to laugh. Some of you in this room will never laugh until you see Messiah again.
Yeah. Wow.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Because you have been selected to suffer for years of your life.
Oh, glory.
But if you want a prophet who's nice to you, he'll tell you, give me a seed. And I see a shift. I see God turn how you want. You're going to be sorry tomorrow. Because some of you will be burdened with trouble for the rest of your life on this earth. You did nothing wrong. You were chosen to be right. I live every day of my life just about with pain in my heart.
Yes.
Every day. That's why I can't stand stupid people because I don't have time for stupidness. I ache every day, my heart burns. Every day. And I don't see an end to it. I'm strong for my children to see that daddy's not a whip. But when I behold the wickedness of what is called church, it makes my heart heavy. I grieve at the things I see. And I know it will never end for me. But I don't burden people with it. The most I just go by myself. That's why I write so much. I go right as far as possible and just stay open and write. Feel some pain in the legs, maybe mildly clear. But it's painful to know what happens. You think it's easy to see my people I once knew, who I once respected, now turn and look at sodomites and defend them?
All right.
As if they're right? You think it's easy for me to look at men I once honored and they tell me that Jesus is a name that's right? When they know it was when they tell me at the same time know it's not his name? It's not easy to deal with. It's not easy to know that when I look upon some of y'all, I know that you are going to be filled with pain and sorrow for years of your life. And you calling me for, could you please help me? I really want encouragement. Encouragement to do what?
Yahweh's will be done.
To run from Yahweh's will?
His
Not
will be
possible.
done.
Not possible.
The most I could tell you is in his wisdom, he always does what is right.
Yes. Oh, glory.
Yes.
But it is a painful life to to be an apostle in this age. Anybody who's an apostle now that's happy, watch them. It's very painful. But the grace is given. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. To walk through this every day, knowing that those who weep now, glory, hallelujah, shall rejoice then. And he also said, those who should laughing now, then cry then. Let me cry now. Because I'm not laugh, I won't cry then.
Let them laugh now.
There's a time, he said, when all the tears will be wiped away because you would have suffered. Now let me talk about 144,000. Because this is good. There's no free half y'all in this room. Go to chapter 14 for me, please. Deacon, got it? Deacon Joseph, you have it? Because you will be responsible for anybody can heart attack. Y'all there?
Read slow.
Read slowly. Then I looked. Revelation 14 verse 1. Then I looked, and there was the Lamb standing on Mount Zion. So you pass along, but I want to get to 44,000 you see, 144. Who had his name and his father's name written on their foreheads. With him were 144,000 who had his name and his father's name written where?
On the forehead.
All right, in the right church. His name. And whose name?
His father's name.
Let me help you the mark of the beast before, we'll be touching that later on, some more. But the reason why the mark of the beast has to be on people's foreheads and their hands is because the beast, the anti-Messiah, has to mimic Messiah.
Okay.
So you see people have a mark here and a name. He wants to have his name there too. I informed the church, by the way, that the mark of the beast is not just the number 666.
The name of
the
the mark.
scripture says you can have the name of the person or the number.
Yes.
Yes.
So some folk will be walking around with the name, also will have the number. And if you have not wisdom, you'll be looking for a number while you take a name.
Right.
Anti-Messiah means to be parallel to Messiah.
Yes. Yes.
While you are against Messiah.
Right.
So the anti-Messiah has people who have his name. Because this 144,000 has the name of the Father
And the name of the Son.
and the Messiah's name. The Lamb's name on their head. They can't be the same. Verse 2. I heard a sound from heaven like the sound of a rushing water, like the sound of pealing thunder. The sound I heard was also like that of harpists playing their harp. Look at this. They were singing a new song before the throne and before the four living beings and the elders. And no one could learn the song except who? They who had been ransomed from the world. So, not all Hebrew people will be ransomed.
No.
These are a special group who will have to escape certain tribulation. Look at this here. Verse 4 is where Jehovah's Witnesses got a problem. These 144 are the ones who have not defiled themselves with women. Stop. They are all men.
Yes.
First thing. Second thing, they never had sex with anybody. So how one could Jehovah's Witness? You got a wife and children and say you an elder in the church and you own 144,000.
You can't read.
Non-composment.
How is that going to happen? This 144,000 are a special set. They are virgins. They never had a woman. Never had a woman. You can't be married in this church and say you're an elder in the church, so you want 144,000. You are not.
Amen.
Can read on.
They read that one.
In your translation, you get the words.
Next, they are all Hebrew. We got a person on Facebook. Good. Just see who's in my community. On Facebook, I can hear you. I can hear you too. The back can't hear you.
Is the name of the beast Jesus?
I got a question because they get to the point. It has to have a number. The name of the beast is not Jesus. The nature of the beast is Jesus.
Oh boy. Get me one again, boy.
The name of the beast is not Jesus, but its nature is Jesus. One of the first beasts in history, whose name, based on numerology, is Nero. Nero was a Roman emperor. And when you spell Caesar Nero with the Hebrew letters, it gives you 666. Nero was the emperor who said he had to be worshipped. Nero was a Roman emperor that destroyed the people of Yahweh. Nero was the man who said that if you are going to have anything to eat or to drink, you must swear allegiance to Nero. According to the Roman culture, it was normal for them to tattoo the name Nero on their foreheads or their hand to show they had allegiance to Nero when they went to shop. Sounds familiar?
Yes.
That was the warm-up beast. Because Nero didn't do any great miracle. There's one who's coming and must be able to do great miracles. But Nero was a system in place to show the whole world how easy it is for it to happen. His name spelled 666. Or the letters of his name, when you add it up, give you 666. And his nature was that he wanted to be worshipped. I'm grateful for the question from faith because it'll take me where I have to go, so Joe will go home. And I can go home too and escape the insanity. Saints, there is no other name under heaven, wait, that demands worship like Yeshua than Jesus.
All right. True.
In other words, Jesus is the only name that people worship that is false in terms of number of people.
Oh, yes.
Do they not tell you that Christianity is the largest religion in the world? Good. And what name do they all worship? Jesus. Thank you. It is the name that people believe will be given to them in Revelation here, which is deception. It is the name that people already tell you they've seen so many miracles. So the anti-Messiah will do great miracles in a name that's familiar to the whole world. And if you look around at your pastors on the street, and the regular pastor, apostle, prophet, bishop, all of y'all, you all agree that a name that is never that of the true Messiah, you all agree that it is still true.
It makes sense to call it that.
It makes sense. So the nature of the anti-Messiah is to demand worship or your life will be taken. Or your conveniences will be taken. The folk from Coney, Jersey still present? Okay. The nature of this age is one in which if you are unprepared to follow the world, you shall be hated, you shall be despised, you shall be mistreated, they will terrorize you. Because you have to bow to this age. Can I talk about Guyana for a second?
Yes.
Okay, you all say yes, good. All right. In our country, because you have to understand the nature of the anti-Messiah. The nature of the anti-Messiah is an elitist mentality that says if you're not on my side, you will never benefit from it. Sounds like politics again.
Yes.
I'm nervous yet.
Let's get into my black book.
Woo! You're getting to my black book in the Jagio said, if you don't bow to what I say, you have no contract. So if you're a contractor by profession, and you don't go along with the flow, you don't have any contract to get. So your food is shortened. Your livelihood is shortened. Because this world is already governed by the nature of the anti-Messiah. And Ghana is no different. We are thinking about Jaggi alone. We have a system now in which the old QC boys run Guyana. You think I say, man, say to Jaggi, I know you're voting for next week. If you did not attend Queen's College, you're not elite. So the preachers who went to Queen's College like John Smith, they're suddenly important. Raffle and them boys, yes, boy, you major.
Opposite to honors getting honors.
Yes, lad, and them, all the QC boys are the most brilliant minds. I am so grateful you never made me go to Queen's College.
Most brilliant and most wicked.
My mother, in Yahweh's wisdom, signed me up for President's College. New Amsterdam Multilateral School in Merseyside. She just skipped all the others. So that I had the grade to go to QC. I never got there because it wasn't on the list. Back then, you had to choose 3.
Yeah.
She knows why. Oh, thank you, Lord.
I will catch you.
Because I have never seen, you haven't locked me up. I could feel it in the spirit. I have never seen so many sodomites produce some top schools in Guyana like the top. Y'all are a fan for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I attended a roughneck school. We were tough boys, tough cookies in New Amsterdam Multilateral School. Then I went to Mackenzie, I had tougher men. Malcolm Solomon, Mr. Blair, Mr. Thomas. You could be hanging around these men. Jordania Zanti. Who knows Zanti? Glad. Oh, Lord, he's mercy. And Mr. Thomas, Zanti was 6, almost 6'6". Here you come. And I was always favored to be on the radar. Zanti used to come, he said, come, come, boy. Come sit down with me, let's talk. Let's talk with 2 men in here. And he be schooling me about woman. I been schooling talking with him, boy. And I grab lessons and he say, hey, don't touch it. Once you touch that, you're dead. He said, London, don't take it. It might look good, but once you see you go with woman, boy, you're in trouble. I said, who, me? You mad? Not me, sir. I can handle anything. He said, tell you for your good. Don't go there. I have lived to see something, tell the truth. But it taught me well. I grew up with strong men. Mr. Thomas and them guys want no chicken. Mr. Daniels, George Daniels, I could call the teachers who taught me in Mackenzie High School. I was never trained by wimps. I didn't know what it was like to see a sodomite come into my class, morning class. He couldn't survive in my age. He quit in 20 seconds.
He got stoned for real.
No.
But the person they put it to a referendum in the most cases.
We would not accept it because now it's in our culture to be no hen.
Right.
But saints, we have the same anti-Messiah spirit in this nation. Yes. Even in church you are demonstrating.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're not wealthy, you don't belong to pastor's close circle. You have to have your PhD, you have to be a lawyer, you have to work for some big major bank. Then you're pastor's best friend, your apostle's best friend, your general bishop's best friend. It is the spirit of the anti-Messiah. Can I talk to y'all in here? If you literally develop an attitude that says, if because Teacher Noella and Uncle RJ and Brother Elton, because they are major people in society, I be close to them, you have the spirit of the anti-Messiah. You must never bear that attitude. Your brother and your sister are in the kingdom with you. Stop looking at the side of God. Why do you think I tell you all my degrees are duck my garbage? I don't want them. All the awards, I think I'm so happy to photograph and destroy. All the awards I got at graduation and the rest of it, I don't want it. It is crap. There are people who are investigating and realizing, oh, this guy's not actually went to Bible school, he actually has a degree in science and evidence to this. That don't move me. Because at the end of the day, that which matters to me is the saints and the truth. Not no high class friend.
Thank you.
I am done with that. Yes, that which matters to me would be the saints and the truth. Not any high class elite group. Even your Christian party got the same spirit.
Oh, yeah.
You have to be one of those who can speak so well. Talk all they want. They're voting for you because you're stupid. It is an elitist mentality. You are not better than anybody else in the kingdom of heaven. There is one faith, one spirit, one Father, one Lord, one baptism. How we got high and low in the church? And if you're not in my circle, you're not entitled to certain benefits. Do you know in the church that if some of your relatives get sick, the Right Reverend Dr. Honorable Most High will never come pray for them? But if Dr. Tithe gets sick, Dr. Big Tithe, he shows up at the bedside? Y'all don't know that, huh? You know, Apostle don't pray for the low-class people. Since he suddenly gets rich, he could only pray for those who are well-to-do and the big tithers. I'm amazed that those who get big offering always get quick prayers. And he sent the deacon to go pray for the people, God. Go pray for that one. But when his dear, beloved tither gets ill, or if his ministerial, his friend in cabinet, in parliament gets sick, he shows up at the bedside because he has to pray. Oh, great mighty God. And that's when the whole dictionary comes out of the bedside. My goodness.
They love to quote James 5. Anyone among you sick?
Yes, sir. Send for the elders.
Let them bring the oil.
They shall anoint with oil. And they shall lay hands. They don't talk the old part. Because that part includes being forgiven your sin. If you sin, you'll be forgiven. They don't confess anything. This country is a sick place. Monday gone at Granger sign. You all see the one? After he crying last week with the father, he gone at the big, what do you call the thing, man? The signboard. The billboard thing. He got, let me get closer on the phone. Dear God. Yeah, he prayed for the president now. You're giving us this man to lead us, Father. Monday, praying for the president of Ghana now. Y'all get it straight. Yes, and the part that got me is when they start decreeing. Wait, Monday, let me help you, sir. The president is in charge of the country. Because I know Rafa didn't teach you this yet, because he got sent like you either. If the president is in charge of the country, how you could decree something over the president? That's some people back there. Saints, y'all, please, for heaven's sake, don't do that garbage. If the president is the highest authority, you can decree something.
The president can.
That is what they were arguing.
Unless you got more power than the president. So if you have more power than the president, why are you praying for him?
Apostle, they got a 50-day prayer.
You don't even pray. Lord, help us in this country.
Apostles, just like how they got more power than the Jesus.
Thank you. You saints, my beloved brethren, you cannot decree and declare anything if you are subordinate to authority. You can't do it. I decree and I declare what? If you decree and declare by When you make a decree as an authority, you don't vote on it. You watch it become manifested. That's how kings function. King said, this is the rule. You don't want to vote for that. And he watches the rule come to pass. I could see it as a second of my draw close to some people, their heart beating rapidly. Because they're scared.
Apostle, they're praying. What?
They're nervous. Guyana is on edge. They're scared bad.
They told them.
I am not afraid. I don't care who wins, I don't care who loses. I take it publicly. My strength is in Yahweh. My trust is in Yahweh. No man in this country has my future in his hand. If you can't live by that, then be uncomfortable all you want.
That's right.
On the 2nd of March, I'll be in front of my TV smiling all day. Count the vote, count. Count. My falling the close here, G. Come.
I'll be in my bed.
Apostle, my bed at 4 o'clock in the morning will be empty.
There.
The Lord will know.
What? You travel that day. The intercessors getting up on that day to war. Can I talk to the intercessors then we go home, please? Yes. Because the same spirit, the anti-Messiah. Do you know that the anti-Messiah has prayer warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them in church right around the garden and the world. They are eagerly praying against Yahweh's principle. Can I help you all? If you ever pray now for the president to be restored to power, you are against Yahweh's principle.
Amen. That's right.
If you pray for people to win, you're still against Yahweh's principle. Because his principle is you pray for whoever is in authority.
Yeah.
You don't create the authority, you pray for the authority.
Right.
You don't determine it.
Right.
Get too right, boy. Get too right this so far. When you go to pray, you don't say, Lord, please, I thank you. I decree that Grange will be elected. You are wrong.
Yes. Amen.
Because if he's not elected, you're still supposed to pray.
Right. That's right.
That is his will.
Thank you. Yes, very much.
Pastor praying for the same thing and be praying for the opposition, and after that praying for that for decency and all everything to go down, he said, Jesus have your way.
Confused.
This country, you all see this election, as I declare it, when you hear it, will be unlike any other you've seen. Now watch. You will never forget this one. Never. Y'all will never forget March 2nd, 2020. Never. Mark my word. You church folks will never forget this one. Never.
One of them are.
The elitist spirit is in this nation. Guyana, you are in trouble. Y'all people around the place walk around as if it's just ordinary, calm and jokey. Listen to me, man. In your country right now, there are people who are already setting themselves up with land. I told y'all this. Before you catch yourself, you own nothing in your own country. You're a slave in your own country again.
No, the one smelling bread baking.
Play with them. You see some of these Venezuelans who see selling air fresh in the corner of the road, buy it fresh, buy it fresh. Wait till the oil industry gets stable, you see who start working in it. Some of them are already here, waiting for the industry to open so they can go work. And guess what? They've been trained before you. Because they've worked in all over a long time.
Yes, so true.
Trinidadians are here already. We hopping and laughing like if it's just happy-go-lucky. We gonna make up one day.
You're still sleeping. I ain't interested.
I praise Yahweh for the truth today. I praise Yahweh for the strength to declare the truth. I praise Him. I should not be afraid of any fool. Yes, very much.
Someone from the Netherlands showed me something. I had a meeting with one of them, and they showed me on the road. They don't have to know the person, and they showed me they can get money from Guyanese very easily. And within 45 minutes, they got $1,000 for 400 something person.
Wow.
Freely, they gave it to them.
Wow.
And
Do you want, hey, there you go there. Listen, Y'all don't want to tell the truth because some of y'all scared about this afternoon. You ain't got to tell the truth, but let me just say, because some people can't. Do you know again nowadays when you walk the street or you drive and you see a Caucasian person, a white person, you know your first thought is, this person will be next time. Most Chinese think that we enjoy that. The minute you see a black, fancy looking car, SUV, the thought is, this person's the next time. This person's from one of our companies. What is happening to you already? Most of you in this country have already begun to assume that those from outside have financial power over you in it. Once your process becomes, if I see a person from another ethnic group, in terms of European, walking the streets of my country, driving, that person has a lot of money to give me in terms of job, you bow to a system already. You're finished. Because they be treated in the stores with such honor and respect. You feel the bank will tell them they can't use power of attorney to do business? Watch how Ghana's banking system will change in a few years from now. In the US, you walk into the bank, this is my driver's license. They're not asking for proof of address. This is one of the most retarded countries I ever lived in all my life. Where my wallet? No, for real. Somebody find my wallet, please. This is no joke. I'm serious. This is the truth. If you live outside of Ghana for 5 months and you come back home, you'll never accept this foolishness.
It's so true. It's so true.
You get my driver's license, please. Let me prove to you. Something wrong with these people in this country.
Definitely.
Thank you. It must be too far from the thing. Sorry. Put it close to the camera and let me see. You could zoom in, you could see it. Not too far. I phone on play, man. A little too far. Watch. In the US, I walk into a bank. And I say I need to open an account. Good? Don't leave it too long, let's see my thing. Anyway, the thing is me. I have my phone to touch it. Watch. The first thing they'll do is they'll ask for a form of ID. Once I show them my ID. On my ID. Come to the back. Yeah, sorry. Get no, I don't remember one. They would look at this ID card. Oh, that's his name, that's date of birth, his address is here, his thing, which would be my social security number in the US. On this one little card, they have all the information they need. These special people in this country will tell me I have to go home to bring a proof of address. So when I got this, I have to show them proof of address.
Yes, a copy of your TIN.
For me to get this, I have to show them my TIN certificate.
Yeah, true.
I have this.
Yes.
Is this authentic? Yes, it is. Because it's a driver's license. So why do I want to bring something I already got in this? That makes sense to y'all in this country?
No. And they want the original copy of your TIN.
Sorry, she can't run this up. Everybody want to talk. Somebody running like this. Yeah. How could that make any degree of sense in this country? Yes, they are.
I remember when I went to the bank to open an account.
You remember?
My mother and I sat there for about 3 or 4 hours, and just because she didn't have she did have one, but it was, I think it was 1 month over the time, it was a letter, and it was 1 month over the time, and we had to go back, and up to now, I still didn't get my bank account, well, my bank card, because we had everything we needed except for a proof of address, and she had her license, and they said, oh yeah, it's valid, but according to the bank's policy, you can't do it.
You see, I'm telling you all the truth.
Yeah, it's true.
Somebody in this country, fool. Fool is one figure I said.
That was fool.
They know fool.
I had my ID, I had everything else, and I had to go home and get my passport.
See what I tell you, huh? How that makes sense?
When I was in travel,
Apostle, my brother had a few friends who came home from the US. Well, they lived the majority of their lives in the US. One of them wanted to open a bank account. And when she saw the list, she told the guy, she said, this is the first place I see somebody dressed so nicely, short and tight, to spew so much.
Right. Listen, when I just got back home, I went to a bank, Republic Bank actually, and said I'm going to open a bank account. But the waitress said, look this paper. These are things you have to get. Atop the list, I think it was passport evidence, then proof of address. I said, I didn't live again for 15 years now. So I can't give you any proof of address in Guyana. I give you proof of address in the US. She said, no, the camera. You need to prove that you live in Guyana. I said, I just came home. I was away for 15 years. I have no letter sent to me in this country 15 years. She said, well, what you can do is you can go home, write yourself a letter.
Yes.
Put it in an envelope. Mail it to yourself.
Yes.
And you think it's a birthday there, right?
But Apostle Samuel, there is also say,
Hey, girl. You did it? You good, huh?
no, never came out to know.
Put your ragged face.
Come, girlfriend.
No, but the other part, as it relates to that, I remember doing something along that line, and they asked for proof of address again. I said I didn't have any. Same situation like you. They said, okay, well, you can bring some bill or something from the person you're living with. Now, I can pull anybody's bill, that means I carry. I didn't understand that one.
Right.
Because whose address am I proving? Theirs or mine?
Say.
I remember that letter that the former chancellor of UG wrote, I love it.
Right.
And he said it's the most corrupt country I've ever worked in.
It has to be.
All those.
It has to be, Mom. I got back after 15 years, and this is what I'm greeted with. So I said, I look at the girl, I said, girlfriend, I said, ma'am, you serious? You want me to write myself a letter? Yes. I got up, and I walked out of the bank, and that's 5 years, I don't have an account with the public bank till this day, because I'm doing it. How does it make sense? What do you want me to tell myself? If you think I could write myself a letter, dear Nigel, how are you? I'm so glad to write today. I miss you. I've known you for a long time. I write myself a good letter. Boy, you so handsome. You so sharp. Look at your bicep. Oh, you got some muscle. If I'm writing myself a letter, where you been all this time? What's your new phone number? Did you change your phone? Can you please send me an email address? And while you're at it, send a little small piece.
Of course, as a child growing up, I always hear I have more mad people outside.
I believe so.
than
In the mental
inside.
hospital.
And it is true. It is true.
Once. Huh? Yeah, we advancing. We're going far.
We're far.
Way advanced backwardness.
Say, huh?
Go on, Elizabeth.
Go home and write myself a letter.
You too.
No, I'm telling you,
Right.
you should write yourself that.
Yes.
Then take it back to her.
See? I said, read this letter. These are all the things I want to say to myself. You can't be serious, man. I'm saying, on my driver's license, I walk in the US. This is the US now. Good. I was living in the Bahamas. I went to the US. I want to open a bank account in the US. Guess what? I used my Bahamian driver's license. Gave the man in the US. So look, you look at it, oh, this is your address, your date of birth. You don't have an SS. No, I don't have an SS. Okay, that's fine. You use your Bahamian NIS, social NIB number, insurance board number. I got my bank account open within 50 minutes. I came home with enthusiasm, saying that this country has to be, because our percentage of literacy was 98. So I know we smart people. I walk into the bank with much confidence. Yes,
The public bank in Trinidad owned bank, don't disrespect.
oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. So there's a Trinidad owned bank.
Is working there?
So I showed up in the bank saying, okay, here I am. Look, the lady said, no, you need to bring your 10 certificate when the number is right here. So my question was, how did I get this?
That's right.
Because everything I had to get was here. Was presented to the people at GRA. Oh.
Now, GRS said they will make the driver's license. They put all the information on the driver's license.
Isn't that what they said? To make business easy? That's what it said. Your transaction become easy. Easy where? Easy how?
We got a domino thing. We got to push around.
Come give me one more. This is the chase card. No, the chase card.
No, but
because this is a good time for you to talk to this government to tell you people what you're voting for. Anyone?
So it's safe to say anybody can write a letter to themselves with your address.
Right.
And say they live where you
I said that's where they live.
And get through.
And take it back to the bank. This is my bank card now. Which part of, no boy, you can't see the number. This is my bank card here. The US bank card. Again, I came home with this bank card. And I was so eager to come home because I just had enough living for real. When I left the US, Obama just said that Shekinah and Shamaria could walk into the bathroom and a boy who feels like a girl could walk into the same bathroom because he identifies as a female. And I know that before I go to jail in the US, this is the better place to be. Obama said that. So I'm home. And I came home with such hopes again. I'd gone into, that was which bank? Republic again. Because I had cousin to NBIC, so I said, this is for me in the bank. They just changed the logo. So let me go to the bank and use my card. It says Visa. We're sorry. This card is not recognized. This card. Well, what's the problem? How my Visa card can't be recognized by a bank that does business with Visa? So I went to a supermarket, I think it was Bounty, one of them. Said, I'm ready to shop now. Look. No, it wasn't Bounty, it was on GPTI and Republic Bank. When they swipe the card, sorry, sir, we can't use this card. Why you can't use it? Your thing says Visa, this is Visa. And you can't use it. So I, in my innocence, said, so where in Ghana can I use this card? Because I don't vex long time. You know what they told me? The only place in this whole country that my US card can be used is Scotiabank. Tell me how that makes sense. How we could be doing business on an international scale and this simple Visa card cannot be used at any point of sale?
Not even the National Bank of Ghana?
Not even the National Bank.
I was in Miami and I went around behind. I see the people going there, you know. It looked like where you would go to really. It's a whole that you got down place. And surprisingly, I push my Visa card.
And what happened?
And I got money.
Our society is too slow, my point is, to deal with the wealth that they claim is coming to it. So what has to happen then is those who are familiar with the wealth will control your wealth. Because you're minding their area. You're ready to do business here. How many people you feel will come, the CEO from Exxon or former CEO Rex Tillerson will come here and go to NBIC, Republic Bank or GBTI and say, why can't I get money for my car? More than that, why can't I get US from here? You feel tolerating that foolishness here? No, they wouldn't. So I'm saying to the banks will change in Ghana because of external pressure. But the sign is they'll be controlled also by external pressure. That's what I'm doing. I'm grateful to Yahweh today. Again, I thank Him for all of you who are present with us. And for this wonderful moment that we can all rejoice in the fact that we are destined for trouble. It's a wonderful thing.
Yes, it is.
Let's rejoice in its sake. And in my departure, since today is the 23rd of February, Mashonani Day, you're going to come afterwards and ask me if it's okay to go to the bar and just watch. If it interests you, and you're that interested, don't ask me if you should go and do it. But I don't have an interest in it. There's no way in the world that what is out there interests me. No way. I don't want to see it. There's nothing entertaining about it. Especially since they have the sodomite group as well. I don't find it to be funny. Because some people will take the sons and watch them whine for one another, then you wonder why tennis and Johnny acting the same way. Or the next day.
You're right.
I am not going to be a part of anything that does not give glory to Yahweh. Thank you so much, Facebook. For New Jersey, I'm grateful for you all as well. We have great news. After Grandpa spoke, just after he told us about the persecution they faced in the city, we were given another building. Better than the one we left. Air conditioning, heating, everything else. Yahweh is good to us.
Amen.
And we don't pay $1 extra.
Amen.
So we'll be meeting again in not too distant future. And of course, we here are rejoicing over the fact that our building is being constructed, among others, debt-free. May Yahweh be exalted. So blessings abound to you all today. Bye-bye and shalom. Please, in the room as we give.